Hello, everyone. This is Randy with RC Insurance. Today, I'm interviewing Tom from Canberra Martial Arts Fitness. Did I say it right?
Canberra. So Canberra,
Canberra.
the capital of Australia. Canberra. Yeah.
Canberra in Australia. So, Tom, real quick, give us a brief introduction about your martial arts background.
Yeah. So I obviously I did like everybody else. I did judo and taekwondo as a kid because that's what the only thing that they had available back in the 80s and 90s. And then in my early 20s, I started a martial art called Hapkido, and I opened up my club this month, 10 years ago. And we've grown from 3 students in my first class, and now we topped it just before December. We're at 400 students, 5 martial arts and 5 fitness programs, and the place is absolutely insanely busy.
Congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment. So, for someone who's starting or thinking about starting a gym, can you give us some keys, some pointers to look out for?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think some of the lessons that I learned early in the piece is make sure you have everything in writing. So a lot of people go out and they rent a hall or something like that. And it's like a verbal agreement or a handshake. Get a contract, even if it's a basic one. Just have something that you can lean into, because people can change their minds last minute, and it really can affect your business.
When you say, I'm sorry to
Two, I
interrupt.
would
Go ahead. I'm sorry to
go
interrupt. I want
for
to
it. Go
elaborate a
for it.
little more. When you say in writing, and this is to students and coaches?
I would say everyone, like landlords, students, everything like that. Even if it's just go to another website, go to another one of your competitors, and they've got all the terms and conditions there, and just copy it and just fix it to your own company name. I've seen some funny ones here, but just learn to have an agreement. So if a customer's like, if you say to them, you pay you don't have fortnightly, you pay every 2 weeks, and you pay every 2 weeks, and it's this much money. And if you cancel, it's 30 days notice or whatever it is. Have that in writing so that you can back it up, and also be clear about that, so people manage that expectation of you. Because if you're not having it in writing, they will treat you like crap, and they will just drop you like that. And you need to have a contract in place for everything: your landlord, your instructors, everything like that. So let's just say something, you got clear expectations of what the rules are, what you expect of each other, and what would happen if you guys have a disagreement. So you've got those 3 mechanisms, those 3 levers that you can work on.
That's awesome. What about marketing? Any tips there?
Yeah,
Marketing,
I would
branding.
say the first thing yeah, branding, really important. Get some decent branding. Like I started out we've changed with what we've done. You can start low cost. So if you really want to do it, do some drop shipping stuff. So find a website where you just order what you need as you go. Get some basic uniforms and buy some patches. They're pretty cheap, and sew them on. It doesn't cost that much. It's probably way cheaper over there in the States than it is here anyway. But from day dot, start putting video content onto your Facebook page and your Instagram, and whatever social media that you want to put on there, of what you're actually doing, so that not just you're talking head about, I can be guilty of that, talking about what you're going to do, but show them videos of what they've got. And what I'll do is Randy, I'll throw a link to you of a really cool video that we put together that you can share to the guys. And so, get some videos together so people can see what they is, because the biggest thing is the fear of walking in the door. There's a whole lot of fear that people have. Am I going to get injured? What am I going to do? I'm uncoordinated. It's a bit of slang here. I'm too old. I'm too unfit. All that rubbish that we go. You don't need to be fit to start martial arts. You don't need to be coordinated. You don't need to have any experience. A lot of people think about that stuff. So the more that you can get out there and actually show people what it's like, and people having a good time, and genuinely, having that experience, it lowers that barrier to entry that you've got.
So having a market for families, for children, for competitors, for a little bit of everything, right?
No, well, you could start. I started with one product. So I started with one. It was adult Hapkido. So Hapkido is a Korean martial art. For anybody who doesn't know that, it's like you've seen Steven Seagal. It's the Korean version of that, with less of jerkness. And that's my personal feeling about Steven Seagal. So it's like I started with just that product. And then over time, I started to build up a clientele base, and then people will come to you. Hey, do you do this? And then you can look at building the next class level. So I started with 2 classes a week on a Tuesday and Thursday night. I used to have to pack the mats on the roof of my car, and I went down and I unpacked them every night and set them up, did the class, and then I packed them back on the car, and I drove home even if it was below freezing, and I'd unpack the mats and drive to work the next day. And I did that for 6 months. And then, during that time, I went from 2 nights a week to 2 classes, 2 nights a week, and a Saturday morning. I started filling in classes, and then I built it up. And then over the next 2 years, we went to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, and Saturday mornings. And then we built it up. And then someone said, "Hey, do you over that first year?" It was like, "Do you teach little kids?" And I started building a class from there. And then it was like 3 nights a week and Saturday morning. So eventually, I went in 8 years. I went from 2 classes a week to 14 classes a week by myself.
So from when you
And
got to one school and where you're at with 5, what has the journey, the growth process been like?
Well, we've only got one school with 5 martial arts in the same school.
Oh, gotcha.
So
400 students
all
though.
in the same location. Yeah, two training mats in one space. You come upstairs and then mat 1, mat 2. So I think it would be what I've got is I've got a clear vision, I've got a clear mission, and I've got a clear set of values. And look, they're all on my website, Randy. So you can put them on canberramartialarts.com.au, and have that vision and mission and the values, and have those really, really clearly displayed. I've got them on the wall on the club. When you come up the stairs, vision, mission, values down the wall in big bold letters, and live by those, and be uncompromising about living by those values. So that if you have someone comes into your club and they don't meet those values, so they come in and they're filthy, they're dirty, like they haven't taken the time to wear deodorant or even have a shower before they come there, that is going to upset your customers and leave them. If you've got a customer that's upsetting other students, like if they're in BJJ, it was one of our martial arts, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, if they're rolling and they're injuring somebody else, don't just put up with them because you want their money. That $100 a month or whatever it is that you're getting from them might be costing you $500 a month. So back in 2013, I had 12 of my black belts decide that they wanted to open up their own club. All right, I had 80 students in 2012. So 18 months in, I had 80 students in the first location. They caused such a fuss that I lost 40 of my members. And I was thinking, oh my God, I'm going to close the club. That's it. We're done. Anyway, I taught the Saturday classes. I went and had lunch, and I came back to the club just to get my uniforms. I was going to take them home to wash them. When I walked in, the 40 remaining students were there cleaning the club from head to toe. And one of them said to me, "Thank God they're gone." They were so sick of the rubbish and the attitude, the way they were treating each other, the way they were treating me, and everything like that. Within 6 months, I'd gone back from 40 to 120 students. So those 40 people that were there that were causing trouble, I thought I was hanging on to them, trying to keep them in there. They were actually costing me another 40 members on top.
Makes sense.
So be uncompromising in your values and sticking to the way that you want to run the club. Don't be a dick. Don't be a jerk. But, the rules are the rules, and we treat everybody with respect.
Last question. Is there a motto that you live by?
A motto that I live by?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a little bit of Mark Twain. Don't lie, and you'll never have to remember anything ever again.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. This is Randy with RC Insurance.